Well, it's always great to have this group of wonderful women join me with their insights, ideas, and just opportunities to learn. And Marcy, welcome.
Thank you, Carol.
Marcy is our one of our type 1 experts in our Dressing Your Truth community. And then Michelle is our type 2 expert. Welcome.
Thank you.
Then Anna Kay is also involved in our expert role, and she is our makeup expert as well in the Dressing Your Truth community. And I'm really excited to introduce you to Deborah. She's now joining our staff as a Dressing Your Truth expert, and you can look forward to some upcoming videos to learn more about her and her Dressing Your Truth journey. But thank you for joining the panel today, Deborah.
Thank you.
Now, this conversation is kind of like, I'll be honest, roll your eyes, here we go again. Let's talk about New Year's resolutions. Like, did that 10 years ago, we're still talking about this. So, we have chatted before we actually officially started filming, and I'm really excited because I would say a new twist, it's a refreshing take on this concept of New Year's resolutions that each of you are bringing with your insights true to your nature. Because as you have come to learn, when you understand your energy type, you understand one size does not fit all.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
so how many of
absolutely
you
right.
learned the whole
Absolutely right.
one size fits all New Year's set a goal resolution strategy? Who learned that growing up?
Totally.
Who wants to explain what we're talking about? Because I think you'll get it. You'd probably be really good at explaining this, Deborah.
Well,
What's the traditional method here?
the traditional method? Okay, you start off by setting resolutions and then set long-term goals and short-term goals. You can also put together calendars and schedules and
So it's kind of like the
lists
bigger
and
thing gets broken
smaller-
down, and
yes.
you've got to write it down. And oh my goodness, did you ever attempt that? Did you ever attempt
I have
that?
attempted that, but it does not work very well for me as a type 1.
Right,
Shocking.
Because
Shocking.
I know
We're all, we've got mother-daughter here. Mother-daughter. Daughter rolling eyes. Mother going, yes, I will do it.
this is true.
Daughter rolling eyes.
It is not a happy scene for a type 1 to set a resolution or a goal in anything in that category.
Okay, give us an example of something you were so sure. She's ready to about her scarf. She's done with
It was falling off me.
She's like done with the whole conversation. Okay, Don, thanks. We'll move on to Michelle. No. What's something you thought for sure you were gonna like do for the long term that you decided as a New Year's resolution? Do you have an example of something?
Yes, the one I've mentioned this before. Most recently is because I thought this would be a creative thing that would fit into my type 1-ness. I would find a beautiful image every day, easy to snap on your cell phone. Every day.
Okay.
And just chronicle every day something beautiful. Every day
Not laughing at
lasted not even the month. Okay, I
Did it
think
last
I have
2
about
weeks?
I think I have about 15, about 2 weeks. I have about 15 beautiful images from 2014 or whenever it was that I posted.
Oh my
It
goodness.
does not work.
Okay, I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I hope you're laughing with me.
No,
We're laughing
I
with
am.
you. Because what have you learned from that?
I have learned that
Did you could have gone out of that going, oh, I'm a huge failure. I can't keep anything going.
well,
But what did you learn?
think
Because
of it-
that wouldn't
think
be
of it this way.
truthful.
anytime you have one consistent thing that you link together every single day, it's like a chain.
Yes.
It's a heaviness. And for a
that will
type
feel
1,
like it's-
it feels heavy
You're being
after a while.
chained.
Yes,
Choke
and
her
because
up.
the creative, spontaneous part goes away. So I have learned that, well, I don't know if this actually goes with this, but the most important New Year's resolution information that's made a difference in my life is to stop doing something rather than make a resolution to start doing something.
Okay, now that.
Lighten the load.
Lighten it up.
Lighten the load.
What's
Mix
weighing
it
you
up
down?
and
What's
lighten
weighing you down?
Right.
So so rather than what am I going to add and do,
Right.
what can I let go of?
Exactly.
And free myself.
What's in my way that's
Oh,
maybe
everybody feel that? Do you feel lighter? Just
yes,
that,
yes, let it
even
go.
if you don't do it, you can feel that kind of like freedom.
Yes.
What have
yes.
you chosen for
So, for this year, I have become aware in the last few months that that keeping a calendar digitally is like having a black hole, because everything in the world you can add in there. You can just throw it in. It's like going down the the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland, and who knows how distorted it's going to be by the
in
time
that day?
you finally see it. So, because it's an ever expanding list of possibilities
Yeah.
that you throw in there because you're supposed to keep track.
Because visually, you don't have the scope
Exactly.
of even like your week and month, because they're not,
Exactly.
you have to just look at the day.
Right, and you just add it in and it just keeps growing. So I have decided that for this next year, I'm going to have a visual calendar, large enough that I write the things on it in my home, my office, and it's easier then to see when something's getting too full. Whereas when you just throw it in a digital calendar, it's just all of a sudden a chain.
Yeah, and that
Sorry.
gives you it allows more balance, so you're not too much creates a heaviness.
Right.
So I love that idea. In fact, I'm practicing the paper calendar to just see where I'm at. I like the visual benefit of seeing the week and the month, and
Right.
how
It's a good
that's
idea.
all looking.
Yeah.
And so,
Well,
and I want to explain, people watching us, when those of you watching that may not understand how well and the deep, the great friendship you and I have,
Yes.
that when we start laughing, I'm not putting you down. You go, if anything, you go, I love that Carol gets me. That it's just fun. It's
It
like
is.
I'm not making fun of you.
No.
I'm actually loving the fact that you now know what is not supportive to honoring your true nature, and what could have been a detriment if you didn't know what you know. You
Yes.
could have judged yourself to be failing at something,
And most of us
rather
do that.
than that just doesn't work in your world. And it's cute. I think that's so cute that you so believed in yourself that moment that you said, yes, I will post a picture every day.
And of course I will do that.
And
Of
to
course.
me, that's the thing to zero in on, is how much belief you have.
Right.
That it can, actually be applied to things that are practical for you.
That's true. And when you have
That wasn't a good practical application of your high beliefs capacity.
Exactly. But also the written calendar where you write it in and it starts to get too crowded is just a reminder of how much you think is possible in one day. And then you can start rescheduling things when you say, oh, I think
Make sure
that
you
might
use
not
pencil,
be happy.
pencil.
There
No
you go.
pink.
Colored
No
pencils.
penny.
There
You
go.
could just put every day, post a picture you can put that in your phone and do repeat daily.
Pencil with
Reminder, yes.
Pencil with eraser. Critical.
Yeah, that's true. And I've learned that. We have similar tendencies that way, a 1 and a 3.
Right.
So, now, Michelle, you would think in the world of someone that's so good at planning and the way your brain processes steps that lead to bigger outcomes and flow, you would think that the more traditional resolution strategy of what Deborah explained would fit pretty nicely in your world.
You would
Is
think
that the case? I don't know. I'm curious to find out.
That is not the case in my world, and I beat myself up for so long.
Did you think you should be
Oh, yes.
really good at that?
Oh yeah,
Based why? Why do you think you thought
because
that's
I'm
something?
really good at details and organizing and
Did you figure out why it's not supportive?
it's too structured and heavy for me.
Do you feel pressure then?
Yes.
Okay, so then you feel this, you have to do it, this
Yeah.
pressure.
And I feel like a total failure when it doesn't happen.
Yeah, then you're really, really hard.
Oh, yeah.
I doubt you're as hard on yourself as she would be.
I would be if I took time to think about it.
Yeah, well, that's why you're not. You're not. You
But
can
I
just
have that little escape
Yes.
catch. So.
See, I think of any type in an emotion, because you're emotionally connected to the world and sensitive. You're more emotionally hard on yourself than any type.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That started
don't
when I was a
want you to
teenager,
be.
setting goals and just
Well,
feeling,
you probably, we look back,
feeling like
that's
a
where we
total
learned
failure.
it.
Yeah.
Growing up, we learned these
Yeah.
techniques.
I gave that up about 10 years ago. I quit setting
Well, I'd say
resolutions
you
and
were
goals.
very progressive.
Yeah, I thought it's not bringing it's causing too much anxiety at the beginning of the year, and so I just quit doing it.
But that's before you knew your type. How
Yeah.
many years have you known your type now? About 8?
6 or 7.
7?
Yeah.
Might be going into 7, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was very insightful for you to notice the imbalance that created.
Yeah. I felt like a failure because everyone else
you.
would get together. Oh, what are your goals for the year? I just say the usual, get in shape or do a little exercise, but then I would never
Yeah,
even,
that's the classic.
yeah.
They should just hand them out. Everybody lose weight, get in shape. Switch
Just
it
to
all
get
to
over
it.
Yeah,
Feel good about
just that
yourself.
everyone else does. But last year I decided to go with the theme because I don't want to just not do anything. I like to.
So you felt something was missing. That's it is an opportunity for us to benefit from the collective energy. Whenever there's a belief held by millions of people that it's a new year, new start, new opportunity, opportunity for change, we can springboard off of that. It carries us, it influences. There's also collective beliefs that are detrimental if we choose into them, that are very fear-based. But this is one we could leverage. So you were feeling this kind of, there could be a benefit to some practice this time of year.
Yes.
So what do you do now?
So now I choose a theme for the year. Last year my theme was health. I had a lot of years of feeling really, just unhealthy, and my health really was not good. And so last year my theme was to get healthy, was health. And a lot of things would show up over the year to who I needed to see and what I needed to do. And I'm feeling really good.
Yeah,
I haven't felt
I've
this
seen
good
a big
in
shift
years.
in your
Oh, yeah.
health from the year before. So that was really
huge.
So this comes through inspiration, I assume, that you're really you're prayerful and you're receiving insight and guidance. So you have a theme for this year.
Yeah, this year my theme is going to be being more in balance with my physical, spiritual, emotional.
The different expressions of who we are.
Yeah, because I've let a lot of them go.
Well, you were focusing on your health.
I was focusing on my
It's like the physical stuff got all the attention.
Yeah, and I felt that, and
Now
so
you feel okay. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that you've still felt an opportunity and to do it true to you. And I think that would be, a lot of type 2 women are hearing you going, the relief, the type 2, okay, there's a way to do this being true to myself.
Yeah, and there's so many women that feel like they have to do it like everybody else.
Yeah.
And we just don't need to. Do it whatever works for you. If my way doesn't work for you, find a way that works for you.
Yeah.
Just because we're both type 2s, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, modify it true to your nature.
Yeah.
And so now, we're both type 3s, Anna Kay. And it's kind of like, I can do the whole big goal, little goal, 1 hour goal.
I got my checklist.
I gotta break these down to 1 hour.
Let's do it.
And I'm like, this is annoying.
It's totally annoying. And it does get heavy.
And I'm like,
too.
somebody has to tell me to set a goal. Like I don't do enough.
I know, right? That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
You just nailed it. That's exactly. I'm like, every day is New Year's Day.
Do
to
I not
me.
just live my life
every
this
day? Yeah, every day. I am very goal oriented. I don't need a special day to say today's the day. And like, what if it isn't that day? What if it's the next day or 2 weeks from then? And I have a great idea of goals that I want
Our
to
goal
set.
should be do less.
It should. It never ends up that way. It should. But that, honestly, I have had similar where I've done like a theme where I wanted to be rated R hot 1 year.
1 year, that was your goal.
That was my goal. I
Rated
just
R
wanted
hot.
to be rated R hot.
And
I told everybody.
Got the power of declaring you rated R hot? Was you,
Well, besides
was that yourself?
myself, I get to declare myself whatever I want. So at the end of the year, I wanted to, feel really rated R hot, and I did. So did my husband, but he would declare me that now.
So that was a clever way for you to then, work out or, you wanted to have a certain physical experience.
I wanted a
then.
physical experience, and I wanted to emotionally feel that physical experience. I wanted to be connected to it emotionally as well as physically. Because to say that you're rated R hot, I mean, who says that? Nobody says that. Nor should I ever say that. Because I know deep down that I'm never going to be 5'10". I'm never going to be 5'10" and a model.
If you can only be rated R hot if you're 5'10", then this is
I think
why
in our
dressing
society,
your truth exists.
Exactly.
This is why dressing your truth exists.
And I think in our society that in our heads there's to be that model.
Let's just hope your kids don't get an assignment. Interview
hope
your
they do.
parents. What's your parents' goal this year?
I would love to explain that one. Just send me in there. 3.
Yeah. Do you have what's this year? Do you have a clever?
I don't.
You're just going.
I'm
you're
just
taking
gonna
it a
feel
day
it.
at a time.
It really is that.
Where
And-
it's like, yeah, I can relate to that.
And maybe that's this year. I don't know. Maybe next year it will change.
Yeah.
But this year, it's
Yeah.
and I want to enjoy it as it comes.
Yeah.
There's excitement and there's love and there's passion out there, and I accept. That's my goals, to
Yeah.
accept all those things. So
I can relate to the just, well, I kind of just challenge myself all the time. It's just my nature to kind
Yeah.
of set it up that way. So I relate to what you're saying, that I don't need to write it down, break it down, try and apply
figure
myself.
it out,
Yeah.
dissect it.
The
Yeah.
thing I do that's just unique to my husband and I is we do, we're fans of a book called The Presence Process, and I've spoken about it in other videos, and Michael Brown's the author, and he teaches a 10-week process that really allows you to go within and to resolve any unresolved emotion from your childhood, and to really kind of just, again, bring yourself into present moment awareness. It's a real practice of being present, and so we do that this time of year. We like that we can continue to practice being present, being aware, responding to life and what he teaches rather than reacting. And I shared with these ladies, and several of you have gone through my course called Soul Print Healing,
Love
which
it.
is sort of my version of
Love it.
it's a 12-week practice, and it will be offered. It's not available right at the time of this video being live and posted, but it is going to be released again in a month or two of this, and once we get that, we can add that link to the copy so you can
I
access
love this
it.
program.
I do too.
Soul Print for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it really hit
It
home.
allows you to get present
It does.
and connected with your soul's purpose.
Well, and to feel it and
Yeah.
to know it. And sometimes for a type 3, sometimes we skip over that a little bit. And
Yeah.
so it was nice to connect with myself, with the universe, with who I really, really am. Addressing
some
your
of-
truth has brought me a lot of that. but that
it's been its original release. These ladies all were given an opportunity to go through it, and so it'll be re-released as I've spoken. So there are people that have actually experienced this course. So I highly recommend it if you're interested in something that helps ground you more in your truth, in your spiritual practice and connection with your soul, and to practice your own capacity for affluence and what that means to you. It's a really great course. But enough about that. We're really eager to hear from Deborah, because the traditional New Year's resolution model seems to fit a type 4 practice more than
Well-
any type, I would think.
In practice, but we have to personalize it nonetheless for ourselves, because type 4s have a tendency to take all that information and overwhelm ourselves to a certain extent. We make it so intense and we're so detailed trying to perfect it, and then we go through, well, at least I go through what I call my all or nothing burnout. And with that, I get discouraged at times, and I might stop and
So you keep
give up.
refining it, and you get
you get burned out.
so
And
mental about the whole thing.
Right, and so I've learned through the years that what I need to do is to simplify it, keep it balanced, keep my goals and resolutions balanced, and then personalize them. I can take information from different systems or different authors or people or things that I hear, and then personalize it for me and perfect it for me into what I use now.
And so you shared with me previously a variation between how you understand a resolution and a goal, and I think our type 4 viewers would appreciate your clarity on that. I'm like, oh, that's the problem. I've confused these two my whole life. No, I think there's a lot of benefit in how you sorted this out in your mind, because it allows you to practice them more effectively.
Yeah, a resolution is basically an internal life change that you want to apply to your life. And so you might do that through some sort of a daily practice or even a weekly practice or what have you. Whereas a goal is an achievement that you want to accomplish in a certain period of time, or by a certain date, or a certain
Or
season in your life, or
A task or
So,
an
yeah.
event or something you know.
Exactly, or by like for me, I usually do it by projects, by a project that I want to accomplish.
Okay,
and,
learn
and
something
so I set
new
those,
or-
yeah. So I set.
So do
those
you have a
goals.
resolution for this year?
I'm still working on it, and you know, as a type 4,
Keep working on that for 11 months, and you'll realize you're good. Okay, I never came up with one this year.
You know,
I get
and one
that.
of the things that I've found for, I guess well, I think it has a lot to do with being a type 4, is that I know I have a lot of friends who they'll post their goals and their resolutions on social media, or they'll
Really?
announce them, or they have like an accountability partner, or you know, what
Yeah,
have you.
I can see some value in that though. If
Right,
that's
and
something
it
that
works
is
for a lot of
supportive.
people.
Yeah.
For me, I prefer to keep it private. I might share it with my husband or
Yeah.
someone very close to me, but I find more motivation, and I feel better if I keep
Yeah.
it to myself. It's personal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So,
I respect that. And that's
Yeah.
one recommendation with how you declare these things in your declaration of I'm going to be more whatever. I'm going to like I'm going. How did you phrase yours?
I'm going to have more balance.
I'm going to have more balance. And the one key to that is whatever we declare, the universe does not have an agenda. We give it the agenda. It's just what I teach in Remembering Wholeness is the universe is a place we exist. It's a space of creation. There's creative powers that we enroll constantly. We are enrolling these forces to our benefit or detriment depending on how we set it up. And so in any declaration you make, if you say it just I want to have more of this, you'll actually the universe will respond with, okay, I'm going to show you all the places you don't. I'm going to set you up to now see where this is lacking. So that can, that's fine, but it can get a little overwhelming because you can just feel like, okay, enough. I'm overwhelmed. It's just too hard. A way to just alter that, to set yourself up to experience it with more ease, is to say, I'm noticing how much balance I have, and I'm increasing it.
That's a good point.
See?
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
like that.
I'm being made aware of this attribute or something that I've already probably have a experience of, and I'm practicing, and I'm increasing it. I'm developing it even more. Mm-hmm. See the slight difference? Mm-hmm. You're not going to get bombarded with, well, here's where, and here's this, and you better look at this. Because, again, then we feel like there's this agenda against us when we've actually dialed it up.
Yeah.
It's just
It feels
a big...
more positive rather
Yeah.
than such a negative, heavy thing. It feels like a positive, possible thing.
Well, one of the things I teach in soul print healing that serves this opportunity to springboard off the energy of change is that we've been programmed so heavily for generations that we have to exist in a state of struggle.
Yeah.
And more than ever, we can exist in states of joy and ease. And that'd be a great resolution for everyone. Help me to recognize all the places I create joy and ease, and help me to create more of that.
Just
That's
do soul print.
awesome. I love that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just do soul
Let's all
print.
do it. You want to all join me? And that's just
I'll do it.
I'm on.
Well, I just
Okay.
again, our DNA inheritance is we were all born with the cultural imprint of you have to survive life.
Yeah.
And that was true 150 years ago, when bears were chasing you, and most of humanity had to survive. We don't exist in that space anymore, so we have this old programming kind of running what's called the reptilian mind and our kind of immune system, this fight and flight response that we're resetting. We have an opportunity to reset it and to now teach ourselves and to allow more joy and ease. So that's a great thing. Let's end with that. I invite everyone, whatever your resolution, your opportunity for, a life increasing in its blessings to you, that you choose to do it in a state of more joy and ease, and you
Love it.
allow
Love
more
that.
joy and ease.
Love it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Done.
we've seated 5 people, with 5 women here, have seated this to now grow collectively. Join us in that intent.
Yeah.
Happy
that
New Year.
was awesome.
Okay, I feel like we should do a 6-month into it, and we'll see how everybody's doing.
That's a great idea.
And we'll keep everyone going in this new intention. I choose to see the joy and ease of my life and increase and expand more. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
That was fun. Thanks for watching. Add your comments. How are you going to create more joy and ease? What are you already experienced joy and ease of, and where do you desire more? Blessings to all of you and to you.
Yay! I accept.
Thank you.